Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, even wherever you are. This is Dalek451, the new Dalek Emperor. How you all doing out there today? Well, as the title of this stream says, I just found out about the very sudden passing of BirdOPrey5. And well, person, well, you know, guy like that, and such a obviously beloved part of the this little this group of ours here on YouTube. I had to do something. I'm not too sure what to say because yes, I'm definitely sad over this, but not. Well, I didn't really know BirdOPrey5 that well. I didn't think I barely interacted with him at all. If I did, it was, just the odd. I've seen him. I've seen him in plenty of people's streams on YouTube. I may have spoken to him at some point when I was a guest in a stream with him. I'm not too sure. It's been a while. And I only heard about it just about half an hour ago. I was downstairs eating breakfast when I saw the title of a stream from Deej Odyssey pop up. It said RIP BirdOPrey5. I was like, oh no, not another one. This has been a devastating year, folks. It really has been. I mean, look who we hadn't lost enough people from from our little, I hate to use this word, but little YouTube community that we've made here. I hope you can hear me okay. Not too sure what this old mic I'm using. Uh, hi, Hakeem. Good to see you. Hey, Donna, this was heartbreaking. De- yeah, definitely. And I was already and let me tell you, I was already feeling pretty. I was already feeling pretty pretty down myself already because I think I had a slight. I don't know if I should reveal this, but last night I had a very slight breakdown over nothing to do with anyone dying. Should I say, or should I say, or should I not say the D word on YouTube? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, this was a bit of a this really was a quite a bit of a blow. Uh, and I was already feeling, but yeah, last night I had a very slight breakdown because nothing to do with, like I said, nothing to do with anyone passing away or anything like. It wasn't no not as bad as that, but it was just got a little. I think I got a little overwhelmed last night over something else because it was just all this. That's not. But I was thinking of going live anyway to, but and then I hear about this. Sorry to hear. Yeah, I wasn't having the best day and just woke up to this. Yeah, exactly. And this on top. It was 5 a.m. your time. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. And this so soon, and this happens so soon after pop culture after we lost. So this is the third one, the third big name in this group we've lost this year alone. Because we lost you know uh, Clobber Times, pop culture curator, and then and just then last year too. I think was it this year or last year we lost Cardinal Sin. I could have. I mean, Deej Odyssey is doing a stream like this right now. I mean, as I'm sure you saw, Hakeem, and I I could have probably gonna join them over there, but I remember what happened last time. Happened with pop culture curator. Everyone did that huge tribute stream over on by was it Gorilla's Random Thoughts who did that? Yeah, and I remember remember going in. Eventually went in there, and I just felt lost in the crowd. Could barely get a word in, so I just dropped out. But but doing it here like this, do it on my here like this on my own channel. It's a bit more freeing. Yeah. Like I said earlier, I didn't know BirdOPrey5 that well. I didn't interact with him that much, but I knew he was very very much a huge part of this little group of YouTube group of ours. He was very much beloved. He was such a huge Star Trek fan. Tremendous knowledge on about Star Trek and science and lots of other great, really interesting, cool things to do with pop culture or literature or things like that. And I remember watching when he did video when he would do videos reviewing episodes of Star Trek, whether it be, I think it was like when he did original or Next Generation, or I think, can't remember what, not sure, not quite, can't remember what else he did, and then there was that whole the whole Kuroga thing. And of course, I'd frequently see him over on Anti-Derivative Jill's channel, talking about whatever show or movie that Jill was reviewing that week. I'm not too sure, but I think he may have taken part in her live. She was talking about when they were reviewing the Orville. I'm not too sure on that, but I've definitely seen him on. I've definitely seen him on Jill's channel plenty of times, and I'm sure he did this. Yeah, he was a really big time YouTuber, and this is coming from, and I know he was always bed bound. Whenever you actually saw him, he was always in bed. He was always had this these tube had this, when you have these tubes up your nose. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but he always had that. I know he was sick and things like that. That just goes to show this was one of those things that was, it's one of those things that was just simply inevitable, unavoidable. It was bound to happen eventually. It's like, I'm not. Well, I'm not sure. All right, I'm not sure what else I can say really. Excuse me. Excuse me about that. So I was changing a testing a setting, testing a setting in StreamYard there. Anyway. Well, all right, folks. I don't know if anyone's actually watching this right now, and I've kind of run out of things. I think I've kind of run out of things to say. I think I've run out of things to say. Didn't know I could. Didn't know I could do that. Well, everybody. I was planning to go live this morning. This morning anyway. I was what I was going to do till they heard about this. I mean, what I was going to do was I was thinking of doing maybe a gaming stream for a little while. I was thinking of maybe streaming something I haven't done for quite a while. I was thinking of streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. If anyone out there would have liked seeing that, not too sure. Yeah. I'm sure someone out there would have liked seeing it. There's probably plenty of other games, like any other games I could stream as well. Excuse me. Well, folks, I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep this going. And I was thinking, probably keep it going. I don't know, maybe probably another few minutes or so. I really can't. I really can't think of anything else to say. Really. I mean, maybe I'll. If no one, I mean, if no one, if about, if no one else shows up, or if no one else like comes to join me in the studio, I may as well shut the stream off soon. Maybe I'll start another one. Maybe I'll end this stream and start another one. Maybe I'll do a gaming stream. I guess. So, is anyone out there? Hakeem, are you still here? How you been? If you are, how have you been lately, Hakeem? Again, sorry about the long. Yeah, again, sorry about the long silences, folks. I'm just gonna. I really can't think of anything to say. I guess you could say the silences are kind of tributes in themselves. Yeah, I've lost a lot of people the last 2 or 3 years alone. It wasn't that long ago. I lost my own grandmother. I think it was like early. I think it was like February 2022. I lost her. She was my last. She was my last grandparent. My last living grandparent. I lost my granddad about 10 years earlier. 9 or 10 years earlier. And he lost him. He had a lot of problems. He had big problems with his heart for a long time, and then we just lost him to a heart attack. And not long after that, a few years after that, I lost my other grandmother, she went through a lot before she went through a lot as well before she passed as well. And then I think the biggest blow, losing my last grandparent, my other grandma, my other grandma, I think that was the biggest blow of all. And I think up until that point, the only real passing and real deaths real passing that I dealt with was these two pet birds that I used to have, these two pet budgies. One of those got the first one. The pretty little, very pretty thing. The very blue, a lot of blue and white, and but it was obvious he was very. It's obvious now he was very sick from the start. He didn't last very long. The second one lasted a good while, a couple of years. Lasted several months or a good couple of years, but he did. Then lost that one as well. And then after that, I didn't have the heart. I just couldn't bring myself to go through that a third time. So I decided I didn't want another pet. Which is funny because as a kid, I wanted a dog or a cat. But my mom would never let me. She'd never let me have one. She didn't like dogs, and I really hated cats. So the only pet I could really have was this little bird. I remember these birds. I'd let them out of the cage. I let them. I would let him out of. I would let him out of his cage, out of the cage. I would let him walk on my, set of my finger on my shoulder. Remember the sec. Remember, like the second one would do. It would be like he'd be quite eager. He seemed to be quite eager to get back in the cage. Truth be told, I don't think I took. Truth be told, I didn't. I don't think I took. I don't think I took the best of care of either of them. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, BK Dan. Good to see you. Been a while. Hmm. And I've hit a. And I've hit a. And I've hit a blank wall on. I've hit a wall on how what to say again. Hmm. One minute. Okay. Guess that means you're gonna. I guess that means you're gonna join me up here. Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, Dan.
Hello. How are you? How are you doing?
Could be for obvious reasons. It could be better.
Yeah, I just flipped over to YouTube like 2 minutes ago, kind of thing. What's going on? Or should I watch later on?
What do you mean?
Oh,
Oh
I'm
no,
sorry.
not
I'm sorry.
oh no, not him.
I just saw that. I'm sorry. Mine's are terrible.
Yeah, oh, the title of the stream, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found I only just found out this morning. I was having breakfast. I saw another YouTuber go live, and I saw RIP BirdOPrey5 in the title, and I was like, oh my god, we've lost another one.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
This is the third. I mean, this is the third one we've lost this year alone.
Yeah.
Because we lost Clobbering Times, and then almost immediately after that we lost Pop Culture Curator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in a hospital and nursing home for like five weeks. So I've been out of circulation for a while. I got out a little more than a week ago. So I've been out of circulation for a while. I think you might have heard from the girls. We're calling them Kitty.
I think I probably did. Yeah. I mean, look. Truth is, I don't check. I don't check Twitter that often.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I just ignore it or keep my notifications for that turned off, so I don't get anything from it.
Yeah, I very seldom check Twitter myself, so it's just I was like, well, there's only one other tuber I want you guys to let know what's going on. That's Dalek.
Whole thing with the whole thing with you being in hospital. You mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Because you're the only one I really communicate with, just you three. You know?
So me.
But
So is it me, Moira, and who else?
Kitty. The Kitty, you, and Raquel.
Oh, Raquel, right.
Yep. You three are the only three I really communicate with.
Well, I guess that's well, I guess I should feel kind of honored by that they've. I mean, I don't know why you'd hold me in such high regard, but
Well, from the moment I met you, I was like, this seems like good people. So yeah. That's why I was like, this seems like good people.
right. Okay, right. Well, thanks.
You're welcome. Calls them like I sees them.
You- Well, since you're here, do you have anything to say about BirdOPrey5, or did you ever watch him at all? Did you ever know anything about him?
I flipped over and watched Bob a few times. But I asked Bob a few times. Flipped over to his channel and saw that a few times. He was very actually very well learned for what people expected, and very strong in his beliefs. You know, I mean that is something that I hold in high regard for most people that I know. It's that own self be true, and he was that. He was to himself always true.
Hmm.
Never wavering in his in what he was. You know, to that own self be true. Always honest. That I hold in high regards from everyone that I deal with. You know?
Hmm. It's Yeah, right. I understand.
Yeah. I'm sure this is going to be all over the place later on.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, I mean, as what I could tell about him, he's obviously a guy not afraid to speak his mind.
Yep. Yep. That was true. Yeah. I was just listening to the news and flipped over to YouTube. I was like, oh shit, dog's on.
Yeah.
And I saw the title after I popped it. I was like, oh shit, another one.
Yeah. Should have. Probably should have just said. But probably I should have just said, "Look at the title of the stream as you came in."
I usually look at it afterward. I usually look to see if it's I usually look to see who's on, and then I chat for a few seconds, and I saw it was open. I was like, oh okay. I'll go in and say hi, and that's why I saw the title after I got in.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you said, I'm sure this will be. There'll be a. I'm sure sometime later today, there'll be a very big. There'll be a big gathering, a big tribute somewhere on someone else's channel.
Yeah, Nerd Fights, the old Salty Tracker. His channel. We'll have a lot on. I know. They're kind of close. I mean, yeah. BirdOPrey was up here. It was in New York, and Nerd Fights is down in Tennessee. So I don't know if you know the U.S. geography too well, but it's a decent distance away. But they're pretty close.
I'm not. I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest expert on on American geography, but what was it? Tennessee, New
Tennessee,
York,
and New York City.
New York and Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's God. That's several states away. So that's several, isn't it?
About 1,200 or so miles.
Right. Yeah. God. Yeah. That is a long way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, isn't Tennessee?
Tennessee's in the southeast, and New York is up here in the northeast.
Yeah, I know rough. I know roughly where New York is, but
Mm-hmm.
ten, Tennessee's a whole other state, which is like further down the East Coast, I
Yep.
think.
Yeah, it's near the coast. He's on the eastern half of the state. So yeah.
Right.
I'm usually on Nerd Fight's channel when he's streaming Sunday mornings. Usually in his live chat.
And then there's. I mean, I bet. I mean, I mean, a lot of the time, I barely know the. Just about know the geography of Britain, of the UK, never mind America, never mind the United States.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I understand. Trust me. I know, but I know my immediate backyard. That's about it, really. Like Connecticut. That's it, really. I'm roughly where a few things are here in the States. That's it. So trust me, I get it. In that regard, trust me.
I know that in the little corner of the little corner of England I live in. I live in London. London's about 200 miles away.
Okay. Whereas me, take New York City, take Boston, draw a line between the two. I'm just about smack dab in the middle.
New York and Boston.
Yep. Just about smack dab in the middle.
Right.
That's where I'm at. So I tell people roughly where I'm at. This is the truth.
Right. Yeah.
Because I was joking about it one day. I was like, wait a minute. I got out a map and drew a line. I was like, oh shit, that's actually not that far from me, the line. From between two of them. I was joking. I was like, I'm actually pretty close to that line. Because I'm roughly 500 yards from the ocean. And that line is several miles north of me. So, but it's only like 8-9 miles north of me, the line. But I was actually very close, and I was trying to figure that out one day. Yeah,
right.
parts of Connecticut are still dealing with after a week later, still dealing with road closures from a huge flooding.
Oh my God!
Over one night. Okay, I'll convert this for you. Roughly 20 centimeters of rain in one night.
Good Lord!
Yeah. Almost 10 inches of rain in some spots. Yeah, 20 centimeters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of rain.
In one night. Parts of Connecticut.
In one night.
Yes. Yes. Parts of Connecticut got almost 10 inches of rain in one night. Yeah. Britain's
known. It's obviously known for its rainy weather, but God, that much rain probably wouldn't even fall in a week here. Never mind a day or a night.
Almost
in one night.
Parts of Connecticut got almost 10 inches of rain. Yeah. there are road closures still from last week Sunday, as in like 10 days ago or something like that. Yeah, not 10 days ago, whatever that was. Yeah. Or there are road closures still from that
God,
in the southwestern corner of the state. Still,
that is crazy.
yeah.
But
It's a 50-year floods. I was like, that's yeah, it's a lot effing rain. Yeah.
but then again, that corner of the United States is like isn't that basically tornado country?
No, that's more southeast for
Oh,
tornadoes.
okay.
We get a lot of snow squalls. Not really heavy snowstorms. Snow squalls where we just get a quick burst of snow and then nothing for a while usually.
That's the thing, because that's the thing
oh,
with the U.S. It's so big. There's just you get one side of it to the other. You get completely different climates, completely different weather.
oh yeah,
You know,
oh yeah.
yeah.
Just in the continental, like you said, yeah. Just in the continental 48, yeah.
Yeah, just the mainland U.S.
Mm-hmm.
It's the mainland United States is so massive and coast to coast that like the western half, most of the west half of the states is all most of it's all desert, and on the other side it's all heavy, like you said, great rains, great rains, heavy snowfalls.
Mm-hmm.
It's so varied. Not like here in Britain where it's just where it's either sunny everywhere or rainy everywhere.
Or foggy as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, not to generalize about the weather, but yes.
It's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's most of the place, most of the. Yeah, again, but yeah, here, if it's raining in my, if it's raining in my corner of this, in my corner of England, it's usually raining in the rest of England as well.
Mm-hmm. Whereas here in the continuous 48, it's almost 3,000 miles east to west. By comparison, that's huge to the UK. By comparison,
Yeah.
almost 3,000 miles.
Most state. You could fit. Most states you could. Most states you could fit like the whole of the UK in like three or four times over, or something like that.
Especially Texas and
Oh
Alaska.
yeah, oh yeah, Texas, of course.
Well, Texas is not the biggest in the country, but it was the biggest for a long time until Alaska.
Wait, Texas isn't the biggest? Oh
No.
yeah, Alaska. Of course, Alaska. Yeah, of course, Alaska's bigger.
Yeah.
That's.
Alaska.
Alaska.
Sorry.
That's like Alaska. That's not just. That's almost a whole country to itself. Never mind just a U.S. state.
Yeah, you know roughly the size of the United States of 48. It's almost 3,000 miles east to west. It's
Right.
half of that again, just for Alaska. Just for Alaska. Alaska's almost 1,000 miles north to south.
1,000 miles.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not counting the Aleutians that go off towards Russia, or the little panhandle that comes down the side of Canada. That's just the main body of Alaska.
Right.
Yep.
And discount it. Yeah, and, I mean discounting like Northern Ireland or the Orkneys or any of the islands, all of the little islands around Scotland and things like that. Just mainland Britain.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably I don't know 500. I think it's like just over 500 miles or something like that. I'm not entirely certain.
Yeah. By comparison, the UK is
maybe
small.
UK is tiny.
By comparison, oh yeah. I mean, a lot farther than I could walk, definitely. But I mean, just by comparison, though, just the United States and the UK, just by comparison, it's tiny. Okay, Connecticut is the second or third smallest state. I think it's the second smallest state. It's Connecticut is roughly a rectangle. East to west is the long distance, and it's about 130-ish miles east to west, and just about 75 miles north to south. That's the second smallest state.
You know what? Hang on. I need to look this. I need to actually look this up. Hang on.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's watching us anyway. Let's see. Let's see.
Checking the size of the UK.
Let's see. Surrounded by over 1,000 smaller ones. Greatest distance between 2 points. Yeah. Land's End, Cornwall, and that's right. Yeah, the most southerly point of England, the most southerly point of Britain, Land's End, Cornwall, John O'Groats, 838 miles.
Yeah, it's tiny by comparison.
So yeah, it's roughly over 800 miles.
Yep.
So it's rough.
Tiny by comparison. And for a couple hundred years, it was the most powerful nation on the planet.
I know. I know. And now we're a laughing stock.
No. You're not a laughing stock. The country who won't stand up for itself, even though the most powerful military on the planet, that is a laughing stock.
Okay, fair enough.
Trust me.
Fair
who
enough.
lets one of the smallest nations on the planet boss it around? Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, right. Fair enough. I think I'll get rid of this.
Yeah, I'm sure my feed's gonna be flooded with that later on.
Anyway, so anyway, well, anyway, besides, I know you've been in hospital and all that, but so
Mm-hmm.
besides that, how you been?
Well, until then, not that wonderful health wise. After that, excellent health wise. It was the whole lead up until then. It really like sucked donkey butt. But afterward, a lot better. A lot better. I lost almost 15 pounds in the hospital.
Oh dear.
It was all water weight.
Well, if you, well, well, I know that sounds bad, but I'd almost count you lucky there because as my mom keeps reminding me, I need to probably lose some weight myself.
Yeah,
That's my.
I was actually made a faux pas of a joke with my son a couple of days ago. I said, don't forget the time that I lost almost 250 pounds. What are you talking about? Oh, sorry, I forgot your mom's a small girl. Yeah.
Well, she's la. Well, right. Well, speaking of that, my the last few years, my mom's lost a lot of weight, but that's not because of illness. That's because she was trying to lose weight.
That's a good thing then.
If
you're trying to lose it, you lose it. Yeah.
And I'd say she's very much succeeded. She looks how she looks now compared to how she did about 3 years ago or so. It's a world of difference.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, what I'm going to do when I get off here is I'm going to open up two tabs, YouTube tabs. This screen, this stream, and a previous stream that I was in another one of yours, like probably about 2 months ago or so, 2.5 months ago, something like that. And I'm going to look into. I was like, I'm going to look into and see how much weight I've lost.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it too. Yeah.
Do a comparison. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't look in the mirror, so this is the closest I get to looking in the mirror. I just do enough to get rid of this stuff off my face.
Now that I fully get, I hate having a beard or a mustache. It's just not because of, well, not partly because I don't like how I look with one, and also it's just having one is just uncomfortable and itchy, and if I'm sure you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For me, I don't like the beard, but I like the mustache, because if you take the mustache off, I'm almost spitting image of my father.
Oh, right. Well, I don't like.
I'm Daniel the Fourth. My father was the third. I have his name. I look like him.
Well, I don't. Well, I don't.
Tell me who my father was.
Well, I don't. Well, right. Well, I don't like having a. I don't like. I don't like having a mustache because one simple reason it gets in the way while I'm trying to eat. All the hair gets, all of it, it all gets in my mouth when I'm trying to eat.
No. Coffee filter. It catches the toast particles. As you're drinking your coffee, yeah.
I probably should.
That's why I keep this thing right here. Catch your toast.
I'd probably show you if we weren't live.
It's okay.
Because I don't. Because I have shown my face to a few people I know from YouTube, but not not when I'm actually live.
It's okay.
I'd rather not do that.
Yeah. Some people it's a privacy thing. Some people it's a self-conscious thing. Some people like, I really don't care to let people know what I look like. You know, some people it falls into one of those three usually.
I think it's just this thing that I have where I just don't like being on camera. I don't even like having my picture taken.
So it's almost a privacy thing.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's privacy. Yeah,
somewhere between I don't care to let people know what I look like and privacy. Somewhere between those two. Now I'm thinking about
it. Yeah, I think it's more like. Yeah, I think it's partly privacy and partly I just don't even partly privacy and partly I just don't like being on I just don't like being on camera because for whatever reason. I mean, even when I have my picture taken for a family picture for some like whenever me and the family we go out for like a meal for a special occasion, like a birthday or something like that. That we always have to. My mom insists on taking all of our pictures, and even that, I'm just like, oh God, here we go again.
I got you too. Now it's us too. Yeah.
Exactly. She takes a gives the gives the camera to my dad so she can take a picture of her and my brother or her and me, and then do it the other way around.
Yep. Yeah. My mother was the same way.
I mean, God, you should see my. I mean, if you think. And this is back to the topic of beards and mustaches. You should see my brother. I mean, most of the time, there's only one word one way to describe what he has on his face. Bird's nest.
Wolfman? That's what I had for a while. Wolfman. A full Wolfman beard. Oh yeah, that's what I called it. I mean, going all the way down to here, all thick through here. Wolfman. That's what I had for about 2.5 years. A Wolfman beard. I mean, you've heard of full-throated growls. This is a full-throated beard.
Wow.
It was ridiculous. It really was. It was ridiculous. Oh man. Full-throated beard. I just didn't care. Let it go.
Right.
Just didn't care. About 2.5 years, like I said. Ridiculous. But
Well,
as I said, I take the mustache off, and I look exactly like my father. As scary as that is, I really do. He was Daniel the Third. I'm Daniel the Fourth, and oh my god.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing the way you're saying that, I'm guessing you didn't get a. You didn't. How should I put this? You didn't get along well with your dad.
No, no, I definitely did not, to say the least.
You don't have to. Well, you don't have to go into detail about it. But yeah, but I think that's a bit of a shame because if you can't get, if you can't get along with your own parents, then who can you get along with?
Brothers and sisters. It's really it, though. It's either your parents or your siblings, or both.
Yeah, and I certainly don't get along. I don't get along with my brother at all. Well,
I don't get along with my brother,
at
but my
least,
sister and I do. So
well, I don't.
I don't get along with my
I
brother, but my sister and I, yeah.
get along fine. I get along. I get along fine with my parents. I mean, they don't. Bless my mom. She's well, she's the best. She's best person in the world. I mean, she's done so much over the
Hmm.
years for me and my so me and my brother can have a good life, have a good
Yep. Yeah, I feel the same about my mother in that regards. You know, my mother did so much for my brother and I because well, Tori and I grew up separate because she's so much younger than me. It's 19 years difference. We grew up separate, you know. But she and I love each other so much. But my brother and I, forget it. Cats and dogs, 3.5 years difference. Almost to the day, 19 years versus 3.5 years difference.
Mm.
I'm not gonna give her ages. Mine is May 18th. My sister's May 19th. Almost to the day, 19 years.
Something fun. Okay, something funny happened there. You kind of broke up for a moment there.
Oh, sorry. It might have seemed kind of wonky this morning. So 19 years, almost to the day. I'm May 18th. My sister's May 19th. Almost to the day, 19 years.
Well, I said earlier that I was thinking of I was thinking of going live anyway because until I heard about this because
Mm-hmm.
I was actually gonna do even before I heard about this, I was feeling a bit low because of uh, something that happened last night. Not to do with not to do with anyone, not as bad as someone passing away, but just something that upset me. That's
Yeah.
just
I guess I was just listening to the news. I flipped on YouTube. I was like, oh shit, Alex on. haven't seen him forever and a half, so I gotta stop and say hi.
All right. Okay. And yeah, I was actually gonna do a game. I was actually gonna think of doing a gaming stream. I was gonna stream some. I was gonna stream some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Okay.
Maybe once I end. Maybe once I end this stream, maybe I'll start another one and do that. Because I don't think, because this isn't this, because obviously this stream's not for playing games.
Yeah. I mean, you could. It'd just be as simple of you would share screen and do your thing.
Yeah, I could start. I could play a game now on this in this stream. I could just start up Master Duel, share the screen, and or use OBS to put into my avatar.
Mm-hmm.
But again, nature of this stream, I don't really want to. I'd rather save that for its own live stream.
Yeah.
A dedicated gaming stream for that.
Yeah. Plus, honestly, if you went to a game stream, I wouldn't stick around too long, because there's a few things I gotta do before I head off to an appointment later on.
And if I actually did do it, and also if I did do a gaming stream, I wouldn't have guests on.
Right.
I mean, sure. I mean, you could stick around and talk in the chat, but sure. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, it's something in my eye.
But if you have to go because you've got other things to do, I understand.
Not yet, but I will have to not stick around though if you start a gaming stream.
Okay.
Because there's a few things I gotta do before I head off to an appointment later on.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, my appointment's not till 1 o'clock, but I still want to get something more to eat. Got a few things to do around the house before I leave. Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
And plus, it doesn't look like it, but I need to take a step closer to the razor this morning. Get rid of this. Take a step closer to the razor. Sorry, that's my brand of humor. Take a step closer to the razor. Sorry.
And actually, you know what, Dan? Since you're here, I got something I need to say. You know that I won't see what it was, but that thing that thing you sent me on Discord.
Yes.
But please don't send me stuff like that.
Okay.
Please don't send me stuff.
Not a problem. A simple request. Simply follow.
I mean,
you made a simple request and simply follow it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, I can see why you. What the hell? You're. Oh, you are joking. It's ridiculous. No, sorry, just something I saw on. No, sorry, just something I saw on YouTube.
It's okay.
What are you doing here? There's a little bug crawling across my desk. Well, anyway,
So, chronologically, how close are you and your brother? Like I said, my brother and about 3.5 years.
How old are we?
By comparison.
He's slightly older than me.
Okay. You see, I'm older than Sean, and then Sean is obviously older than Tori.
I think he's just over. I think he's like just over a year older than me. He's
Okay.
like he was a year and 3 2 June, July, August, September, October. A year and 5 months.
Roughly, what's that? Year 5. That's what math bad. 17 months, roughly. Okay.
Yeah, but he was born. He was born first. His birthday's first of May 1990. Mine's 1st of October 1991. So
Okay.
he's just over a year older than me. And another in other news, I might be.
You might find this kind of odd, to say the least. So, Star Wars came out shortly after my birthday in '77. So that's May of '77. Sean was born in October of '77. 4 days before Halloween, October 27th. We were up here in Connecticut. My mother, father, and I were down visiting one of my brothers, actually my mother's youngest brother, down in New Mexico, down in southwestern U.S. Roswell, New Mexico. Sean was born in Roswell, New Mexico. As in, like, where the alien crash was in 47. Sean was born in 77, right before Halloween, only a few months after Star Wars, in Roswell, New Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coinky dink.
To say the least.
You mentioned this. You mentioned when Star Wars came out, and to be like, I'm not sure if I should voice this, but honestly, it kind of bugs me that these days that Star Wars is held up in such, it's like it's pretty much hailed as like the the pinnacle, the by all end all of pop culture. It's like it's like it's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like the one thing. Everything else is supposed to be like compared to and judged by.
Okay. I'm sorry. Were you listening? I know my sister and I had this conversation a couple of days ago. I said it's a franchise, not a religion. Thank you. As much as I love Star Wars, it's a franchise, not a religion.
Yeah, yes, you're 100%. Yes, you're 100% right. It's a franchise,
not a religion. Thank you. As much as I love Star Wars, yeah, everything in its place. It's a franchise, not a religion.
Yeah, exactly. And I personally don't think it's personally. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying like the original the original movies were bad or anything. I'm not. I'm just saying. To me, they're not as great as everyone says they are.
I like them for what they are, but to me, everything in its place. It's they're a very good launching point, and to me, they're a very good launching point, but they're very derivative of Greek tragedies and Greek stories, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's a rehashing of a 3,000-year-old tale.
Yeah, I mean everything's. I mean, yeah, that's just the way of things, isn't it? Everything's based on something to some degree.
Yeah, a rehashing of a 3,000-year-old tale. I heard this story 3,000 years ago. Next. As much as I like Star Wars, yeah.
I guess it's just because. I guess it's just because I personally I've never been that big of a Star Wars fan. It's just some. I mean for the longest time, for a long time I wasn't interested in it at all. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's that. I was just like, oh, Star Wars, yeah, whatever. But and then several years ago, I started maybe saw some of the. It wasn't. I think if there's anything that got me into Star Wars at all, I think it was not the original movies themselves. The starting point was for me was probably the Family Guy parody, Blue Harvest.
Yeah. That was effing hilarious.
Yeah, that was great. That was so
hilarious.
Good. Blue Harvest.
Oh my god, hilarious.
And then after that, when it came, I watched some of the TV. I watched some of the animated TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Star Wars, the show called Star Wars Rebels. I really liked that. I watched the Clone Wars. I watched a couple. I've seen a couple of the Disney Plus shows like The Mandalorian. Obviously
Boba Fett. Yeah.
Obviously, as you know, I watched Boba Fett as you were there for that.
Yes, I was there for a couple of them, couple of reviews of Boba Fett. Yeah. Did you do Ahsoka too, or?
I did watch Ahsoka. Yeah.
Okay.
well, I don't know whether I reviewed it. I might, I'm not sure. I might have. No, I don't think I. No, I don't think I did. I think I went to someone else's channel to talk about that. But yeah, I did watch Ahsoka, and mostly because I watched Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned Ahsoka. I was like, well, he might have actually been interested in Ahsoka because of those.
Yeah, because Ahsoka had quite a few characters from those shows in it. You know, like Sabine, obviously, and Ahsoka herself, and Ezra at the end. Yeah,
Yep.
those were characters I saw in watched in Star Wars Rebels, and really quite liked. And I think I also watched. I also watched the first season of that show called The Bad Batch as well.
Okay, John likes Bad Batch. My son, sorry, he likes Bad Batch. What do you think?
It wasn't. It wasn't bad. I don't. Personally, it was okay for what it was. It was when it was when it wasn't. When it wasn't focusing too much on that little that little clone girl they whatever her name was they bumped into, when it wasn't focusing on that, it wasn't too bad. I quite liked it.
Okay. Yeah, John likes it. It's not my thing, but John likes it, so I talk with him about it.
Also, and I do have, and I and apart from those shows, I do. And apart from those shows, I do own one Star Wars video game. It was,
you do?
Yeah, it was cool. If you heard of a game called Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I got that game for my old Xbox One. And I've played. I never finished it though. I only played for probably the first third of it or something.
Yeah, John's brother's like that. See, John is my son, but he has a sister and he has older brothers. The sister's from the husband between his brother's father, and his brother's father.
Right.
I give you names, but the names would be meaningless to you. So. See, John was born in 2000, Rebecca in 95, and the boys are 90.
Oh wait, there's one other thing I just remembered. I watched as well. I watched the first set of episodes of Star Wars Visions as well.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I really liked some of those.
Oh, I read across this in a Variety article. Sorry. Marvel. James Spader, the actor who voiced Ultron, is coming back to do the voice of Ultron in the Vision show.
In what?
That just Vision Quest, I think it's got to call it, or something like that. The Disney Plus show Vision Quest, dealing with the White Vision. And
Vision Quest. This is a Marvel show, right?
yeah, it hasn't been shot yet, but I think that's what they're going to call it.
Yeah, I think that was one. I think that was one of the last Marvel movies I went to see. It was Age of Ultron.
That was one of the better movies, in my opinion. Now, I wouldn't say the best of the Marvel movies, in my opinion, but in my opinion, probably the second best. Civil War being the top,
Hmm.
in my opinion. A lot
Yeah,
of people go Infinity War Endgame. No, 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 no. Why have the frosting as the best part of the cake? You need the meat of the cake. Civil War.
hmm. Okay. Well, I haven't. Well, I haven't watched. I haven't really watched anything to do with from Marvel for quite a while because I'm past caring about Marvel at this point. Because I mean, and that's coming from someone who used to be a big quite a big fan of the M of the the MCU back in the day because I remember I actually went to the cinema. Went to the cinema to see the first Avengers movie when it first came out, and it was like
Yeah,
and it was amazing. I freaking loved it.
that's my
And
secret. I'm always angry. Yes, yes.
oh
Thank you
oh
very
yeah
much.
oh
Yes.
yeah great great line from
Oh, from Banner.
that was an
Yes,
awesome moment from Banner. There was what's my secret, Captain? I'm always
I'm
angry.
always angry. Oh my God. Yes. Thank you. That almost made the movie for me right there. That one line. It
And
really almost made the movie for me.
no, the moment that made the no, the moment that made the movie that really made the movie is when the Hulk has like got is like has cornered Loki and he starts ranting about was I am a god and then the Hulk just picks him up and goes whack 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 from side to side and he just puny
Puny
god.
God.
That
Yes.
was so
Yes.
good.
That was hilarious. Oh my
That
God.
was so
That was
good.
hilarious. That was hilarious. Okay.
That was
I have never peed laughing. However, comma, I was close in that scene. Okay. I was close. Oh my God. That was hilarious. Oh my God. No. Puny God.
puny god.
You filthy animal. I am a god. Yes.
Right, exactly. It just picks him up and toss him
Start
toss
banging
him
him on the
back and forth
floor.
like a rag doll. It's so it's just so wow. It was great.
As I said, I've never peed myself laughing, but I came close that time. I seemed so close. Oh my God, no. Oh, that was one of the better moments in almost any other movie. Almost the best moment in any other movie I've ever seen. Um, I'm not going to rehash my thoughts on it, but it's a franchise. It's a franchise, not a religion. But
And I've got a
when I saw episode 3 in the theater. Oh my God! When Vader speaks for the first time, no one in the theater was breathing.
When he
You swear.
speaks. What do you mean when he? What do you mean when he speaks for the first time?
Near the very end, right after right after he has the suit installed.
Oh, you mean? Oh wait, are you talking about in Revenge of the Sith? You mean?
Yeah, episode 3. Yeah. Oh my God, no. Oh, when he has the suit installed, there was no one in that theater breathing. I swear to God. I
When?
went,
Right.
I saw the midnight showing of that one. I think that might have been the last midnight showing I saw. Uh, and oh my God, no! Everyone was like just glued to the screen. You could feel everyone staring at the screen. No one was even breathing. I swear to God, for like 15 minutes. Because everyone was like,
Dang.
because they hadn't heard Vader. I mean, yeah, he got called Vader before that, obviously, but he hadn't spoken as Vader before that.
Well, no, he wouldn't have that.
Right.
He wouldn't have had until that moment. No.
Until then. And I swear to God, no one in that theater was breathing. It was like, just, you could feel everyone staring at the screen. But that moment, um,
I thought everyone. I mean, I thought everyone. I mean, I thought everyone hated that moment. You know, when he first becomes Vader, because of the whole. Well, I'm sure you know why.
yeah.
Because of the whole. Because he's. Because you know.
Hello. I do know why. I was there in 77. Hello. Yes, I know why. I was there in 77.
Wait, 77. Oh. Oh, you're
Remember,
talking
I'm
about.
old. Remember, I'm
Oh, you're
old.
talking. Oh, are you? Which film are you talking about? Are you talking about Revenge of the Sith, or are you talking about what? Are you
Okay.
talking about
I was
Last
Revenge of the
Jedi?
Sith.
I
was talking
No,
Revenge of the
Return of the
Sith.
Jedi. Sorry.
No, the original Star Wars 77. I was
Right.
there in
Oh.
77 when Star Wars came out. The
Oh.
only time I've
Oh,
ever been to the West Coast.
The original movie. Okay, my bad.
Remember, I'm old. Remember that.
So Vader doesn't say a word for the movie until near the end.
Of the first, of Revenge of the Sith. He doesn't speak as Vader until then. But,
Revenge of the Sith. But
right.
that wasn't in 77. That was in like 97 or something.
Right, that was in the 90s. Wait, that was
no, early 2000s, I think.
Yeah, 97 was Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Because that was actually my first midnight showing. Was Phantom Menace. Oh.
Okay, we've got another guest in the chat. I gotta say hello to him. And hello, yeah, hello, Rod Thunderheart. Great to see you. And man, what? I just finished my 4 a.m. hill run. And yes, sadly, Rod Thunderheart, BirdOPrey5 is gone. Yeah. He passed. I'm not quite sure when he passed away, but he passed away very early this morning, I think. Because judging what I've seen. And just started your stream out on both Twitter X profiles. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rod. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I did notice someone popped up in the chat. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's been a while since anyone did show up in the chat.
Because that was before you removed the title, yeah.
Well, I took the banner down about half an hour ago, I think.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh wow, this stream's actually about to hit 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Rod Thunderheart says Phantom Menace was 1999. Okay.
That was right before I left the grocery store. Sorry.
I think you're getting. Yeah, Dan. I think you were getting mixed up there about what you went to see for. I think Phantom Menace was 2003 or 2004.
No, Phantom Menace was 99. He's right.
No, sorry, not Phantom Menace. Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Okay. Yeah, because I was still bending my elbow at that time. In 99.
Rod Thunder says 1997 was the 3-month re-release of all 3 redone movies.
That's right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And we've officially hit 2 hours.
That was a silent yay. I was still bending my elbow at that time, and that's right. In 99. Yeah, I was still at the grocery store. A meat clerk.
But anyway, back to what was my main point. I'm not a massive diehard Star Wars fan. I never have been, and I like it. I liked it okay enough for a while, but I wasn't a dedicated fan of it.
I was for several years. But then I discovered Star Trek after that, even though Star Trek's older.
Well, I grew up with Star Trek.
I grew up with Star Wars. I discovered Star Trek after that.
I think back in the day when I was a kid, they would show Star Trek: The Next Generation on BBC Two, and that's how I got into Star Trek. I got into Star Trek long before I ever got into Star Wars.
It was actually about 10 years before I discovered Star Trek. I discovered Star Wars. And it was in the late 80s when I discovered Star Trek. So 10 years before Star Wars came out.
And I just got we've actually just had someone else pop in. So let me introduce Rod Thunderheart. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, guys? Yeah, good to see you, Delic. Hey, told you I'd pop into your next stream.
You did, yes.
Yeah, just went for my run. Just finished my 3-mile run out to the hills south of my place. And yeah. So, man, you guys never said. So we lost BirdOPrey.
Unfortunately, yeah, we've lost BirdOPrey5. Yeah.
What happened?
Honestly, I don't.
Okay. I mean, if you don't know,
I know he was. I'm
unwell.
I think he was in hospital. I know that.
Oh.
So I think it must have been something to do with his health.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Look, I only found out about it once when I saw Deej Odyssey start his stream. I saw the title of it. I saw the notice for his stream pop up. It said R.I.P. BirdOPrey5 in it, and I was like, oh. And I was like,
man.
oh no, we've lost another. Oh god, we've lost another one.
God, this is happening. Oh god, man. I mean, Cardinal Sin, Kwame.
Pop culture curator.
Yeah, and then pop culture curator. Man, and I'd just gotten onto his channel too. Wow. And now Bird of Prey. And again, I mean, like, I always wanted to pop in and listen to his streams, but they always came on times when I couldn't listen, or just didn't like I was usually unloading something, or like, wow. Man. Yeah. But good morning, gents. Or it's probably for you. Well, for you guys, it's probably just about noon.
It's just gone. It's around just gone 20 to 1 here. So it's it's gone.
Yeah,
That's him. I'm in the States, so it's still morning here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, it's 5:42 here.
Okay, you're Mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Eastern.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Connecticut, so yeah.
So you're Central?
Eastern, Connecticut.
Oh, Eastern. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Huh. Yeah, no, I kind of heard you guys mentioning Star Wars earlier, and then like, no, Phantom Menace was 99. Attack of the Clones was 2002, and then Revenge was, I believe, Revenge actually they did manage to get that like a year earlier, so 2003 I think it might have been 2004. I could be wrong, but I understand the confusion though. I mean, like the 1997 was the re-release of, like, in January they had Star Wars, and then New Hope, and then February they had Empire Strikes Back, and then March they had Return of the Jedi. I know because I was also dating my 40-year-old girlfriend at the time. I was 27.
I was still bending my elbow at the time, so yeah. Self-medicating. Bending my elbow.
Yeah. And during those months, we saw all three of them in the theater. It was neat to see them. You know.
Yeah, it been a while since I saw them in the theater.
Yeah, and it was kind of mixed though. Like, like not sure how to feel about the new computer CGI stuff. I mean back then, of course, it was kind of like, whoa, extra scenes, wow, But then now you're kind of like, oh shit, how many damn times is he gonna sit there and rejigger stuff? Just like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because these days CGI is just so it's
overused.
It's so overused. It just becomes becomes boring and just lackluster and cheap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're just kind of like, you're not really invested with anybody.
I will disagree. I would disagree with only in one regard as far as cheap. The redo of Lion King.
What?
The redo of Lion King.
Oh God!
Excellent. They were excellent and not CGI. I'm not the movie itself. I'm saying just the CGI of it. They were excellent.
That is one of the worst. The redo of Lion King. That is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like, the lions were inexpressive. They were just like, which is a
real insult to someone like me, because the original Lion King is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Man, yeah, me too. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
cartoons, Go ahead.
I mean, because growing up, it was me, Sean, and a friend of ours, Mikey. Mikey was the youngest. Simba, of course. I was Pumbaa. Hello, big kid. And Sean is super, super skinny. So, yeah. So there's the three of us singing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then like too, like Will Smith, like the Aladdin remake too. I was just kind of like, oh god,
I did not like Beauty and the
Will
Beast. That was the only one. That was the only one I saw in the theater.
Will Smith as the genie. What were they thinking?
No shit. Yeah, man. Ugh.
No one can replace
Robin
Williams as the genie.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why Aladdin 2 went direct to tape. Okay, thank you.
Well, yeah. Well,
because they couldn't get Robin Williams. That's why it went direct to tape.
Yeah. And then like who was it? Oh yeah, Tom Hanks. And then like Pinocchio,
Yeah.
I mean, like they knew that was so bad. They're just kind of like, all right, let's just put it on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just kind of like, all right, we know this ain't going to do good in the theaters, and
As I said, that's why Aladdin 2 went direct to tape.
Yeah.
Because they knew they had no chance at all. They couldn't get Robin Williams. We're not even going to bother trying to put it in theater.
Yeah.
So they knew. They should have learned from that.
Yeah. But they still haven't learned it yet because they're still going to grind out Snow White. Apparently.
Thank you.
I'd say apparently because I don't know until it actually makes it to the theaters, like.
And the magical creatures. Yeah, Snow White and the magical creatures.
Those 7 CGI monstrosities. Yeah, too, and then like I've seen more than enough videos of people comparing the two and the trailer, and it's just kind of like it doesn't make sense because like Snow White, I mean like she's away from the castle like on her own, and then like she comes across the dwarves' house, and then she looks and she's like, my God, this place is filthy, and she starts to clean it up, She doesn't wait for the dwarves to come home, and then she's like, "Oh, take this broom, clean up, sweep." It's just kind of like it's like she just suddenly. I mean, in the new one, it's like she just suddenly has these new adopted 7 indentured servants that like suddenly like they only exist to serve her. It's just like, what the fuck? That's not even remotely close to what the original fairy tale is, which is like Snow White was like innocent, like she knew, like it's like, no, I want to try and earn my place in this household, and take care of them properly, like she was replacing what they needed was like a motherly figure,
Mm-hmm.
Plus that what's her face?
Zegler.
Rachel Zegler. She just does not fit. She just does not fit the part at all. She has a face you want to punch rather
totally
than
kiss up to.
Oh,
thank
God.
you, doll. Thank you. She has a face you want to punch. Thank you. Thank you.
What? Yeah. But I mean, like the cartoon, just like she radiated beauty and like
exactly. She did, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She was like the embodiment of femininity itself.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then like again, like the dwarves needed like a motherly figure, somebody to help take care of them, and she cooked. She fucking cooked. You know,
Mhm.
I didn't see that in the trailer or anything that like Ziegler's trying to show us. So it's like, oh, no, I can't wait for this to bomb, and and bomb spectacularly.
You're not wrong. You're
Yeah.
definitely not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your cat?
Yep. Oh, here, Buster, let's say hi.
Put a putty pat. I did get a putty pat.
Aw, kitty.
So he's putting his paw on his face like, yeah, that's my poppy. Yeah.
Yep.
Aw.
Talk to the paw.
Hmm.
Talk to the paw.
He's trying to push me out of the screen.
Yep.
Right, get
Out. This is my screen. This is my close up.
Get out. This is my spotlight.
This is my close up.
Yep.
All right, enough. Yeah, there. See. Yeah.
Move over, Hugh Jackman. I'm not the greatest showman. I am the greatest showman. Yes.
My senior citizen cat is she's sleeping.
Yeah, that seems to be one of the. I mean, that's one of the problems with not just. I mean, that's one of the problems with these. Yes, the problems are many with these live action remakes, but one of the biggest problems are, in my opinion, is that they seem to keep finding these not very plain-faced women to play these these characters who were supposed to be exquisitely beautiful.
Oh, and then
if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, and then they put Gal Gadot as the evil queen, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, she. It's like she's like more than twice, probably almost 3 times Ziegler's age, and she's fucking beautiful, and she's in shape. I mean, shit, she was in the Israeli army for like 2 years, like so like God damn it, she was Wonder Woman, for fuck's sakes. And you're gonna say that Ziegler is?
Oh yeah, she was. She was Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're gonna say that Rachel Ziegler is better than Wonder Woman? No, I don't think so.
You're just gonna say this airheaded little 20-something twig is like with a pig face is prettier than Wonder Woman. Give me a break.
Yeah, no, not even close. Yeah, I think she should. I think that mirror saying that Ziegler is fairer than her is. I think that mirror is past its warranty.
Yeah. I can imagine. When the mirror says that she's the fairest of them. It's like, dear God, save me from this. Dear God, save me. Whatever.
Yeah.
Dear God, why am I saying that? Why am I saying this?
Yeah, and by the way, if you pause it or slow motion it, you actually notice that you get a little when they show Ziegler in the mirror, she actually gives a little smirk too, and it's just
that just really, well, that just says it all.
Yeah, she kind of
it.
gives a little side smirk, kind of like, yeah, see, kind of, and it's just kind of like, ugh, like,
This just yeah, just yeah. I mean, I mean, that just says it all, doesn't it? Just the sheer smugness.
yeah, smugness. That's the word.
No, okay.
I mean, that's what. I mean, she. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you. I mean, I've seen clips of this. I've seen those famous clips of this. This know nothing pig face idiot just radiates smugness.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, and then of course all the interviews, and then of course they had to do the damage control with her, and then the chick who played Ariel, which really I think that probably did more damage than it did, help. Yeah, like when they interviewed each other,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh god, Oh god, this stream is. I've turned this stream. This stream has become a Disney bad stream. I'm tired of those.
Okay, yeah, we can steer away from that. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Although it does come down to the overuse and over reliance of CGI in movies today. So
yeah, I mean, that's in that we can complain about because that's in general. That's not just Disney.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
There are some scenes that require it, like dun 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 dun. Puny God. Yeah, those scenes require that. You cannot have that without CGI. Puny God. You can't.
What? Dun
Puny
dun
God. Puny God.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have that without CGI. But yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's my secret, Captain. I am always angry.
Mm.
You can't have that without CGI.
Yeah.
Because they use CGI respectfully. No, sorry, not respectfully. Responsibly. In those scenes, instead of overusing, like you said, Rod. Instead of overusing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Either you guys had the opportunity to go see Twisters?
No.
No. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. And I did not believe it. But on Cameron Pasha's recommendation, he said it was actually better than the first. And I didn't believe him, and I didn't want to believe him at first. But then, when I went and saw it, I was just kind of like, I as the movie went on and it went by, I was blown away. It actually is better than the first. There's even some sciencey stuff that they actually managed to, control the tornadoes. It's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
And there's no messaging in it, no nothing. I mean, nothing.
Those kind of movies, those big disaster kind of movies, they don't interest me that much.
My ex-wife loves those, but that's not me either.
Yeah. I'm only going to say one. I don't know if I'd really call this a spoiler, but there's just one part where this guy, one of the main characters is they're trying to hide from a twister in a pool. Well, the pool's drained, it's empty, and and then of course they're in the pool, and of course when you think about it, the wind is blowing over them, and they're trying to stay low so that then they don't get sucked up, and So of course, like one of the guys is like he's crawling, and then all of a sudden like this horse trailer lands right behind him and slowly starts to fall forward on him, and then he looks, he looks behind him. And he's like, oh, and then he crawls faster, and like I don't know if either you watched Cinema Sins, but like Cinema Sins started a saying called the Prometheus School of running away from things, which is just simply like you're running away from something that is falling. Yeah, it's going to fall directly on you.
I am subscribed. Yeah, I am subscribed to Cinema Sins.
Yeah, and then like like Prometheus School of running away from things. Like you're running, like something's about to fall on you, and then like you can just go either left or right. Yeah, and then like it's not going to fall on you. But no, and like that's exactly what happens. Like guys like sitting there, he looks at it. This thing's about to fall on. This horse trailer is about to fall on him. And then he's like kind of and then he just keeps crawling. Like he crawls forward. He doesn't like roll left or roll right, and like it wouldn't fall on you. And then it didn't fall on him anyway because like it was long enough that it just landed on the pool edge. And then of course there's still plenty of room for him to to be safe. But but it was just funny though. It's just like in my mind, I'm just like I started laughing because like Prometheus School of crawling away from things, and like and then like but then like I mean it was funny too because some of the crowd audience in the theater kind of sort of looked at me because I'm like I just start laughing, and then they're just kind of like they and I'm like it's not like I could sit there and explain it, so I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever, nobody will get it anyways.
Right.
Yeah, but no, it's a good disaster movie, and like it's well worth seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, there's only one of the upcoming movies or these that I know of. There's only really one that I'm actually looking forward to, and that's Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I'm still like hoping that like did they twist Jim Carrey's arm into it yet?
You mean to bring him back as Dr. Robotnik? I don't know, but I thought he'd retired.
I thought so too, but I mean like on the other side of the coin, I mean like you throw a big enough bag of cash in front of him, I mean. Who wouldn't say, yeah, sure,
Because he was fantastic as Robotnik.
Oh God, he was the reason to watch the first one, and then especially like the second one. Wow.
They are gonna. I think in the third movie they're gonna do this whole thing. They're gonna bring in Shadow, which is so he'll probably be the antagonist of that movie, but
yeah,
I still gotta watch the first and second one before they killed Paramount Plus.
I remember when I went to see the second movie, and I was like, and at the end I was like, I saw the post credit scene at the end. I was like, oh my God, it's Shadow! I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, I still gotta watch them before they pull the plug on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, and then Idris Elba was perfect voice for Knuckles too. Yeah, okay. No, Oh yeah, and there's and I've been meaning to watch it too. I've got Prime, and I've got Paramount on my Amazon subscription. So like, yeah,
me too.
I've been meaning to catch the Knuckle.
I kind of have Paramount as not the actual service, but I think I have it as like an add-on for Prime.
The channel. Yeah,
me too. Yeah, that's how I have mine too. I mean, one password to remember them all. Yes. Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, there was. I mean, they were doing like they were doing like this little promotion thing. There was like they were gonna it's like doing a reduced price for 3 months, and I thought oh there's some cartoon there's some Nickelodeon cartoons I want to watch, which so I decided to get, so I went for it.
Yeah. No, and they do have
for
some
me, it's binging a lot of Star Trek. That's why I have my Paramount.
Yeah. Yeah, they have TNG and they have TOS for Star Trek. So, like, yeah, and that's worthwhile.
And
Although
DS9 and Voyager and Enterprise.
All the old series of Star Trek, they're still on Netflix over here. Yeah, original series, TNG, Voyager, DS9, even the animated series, they're all on Netflix over here.
We don't talk about the animated series. That's like Fight Club. You don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh come on, really?
Yeah, I did not like the animated series.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was neat. I mean, like, now if you're talking the '70s one, yes. If you're talking lowered expectations, then yeah, I'm totally with you, because I tried to survive an episode of Lowered Expectations, the Lower Deck, and like it's just basically Star Trek.
Just one episode of that was more than I could take. Oh my god!
Oh man,
I didn't even watch any of Expectations. No.
Oh, Dalek, good for you. I mean, absolutely, good for you. Like you made an episode. I got about 3/4. I'm like, I can't stand this trash. I'm like, it's not even remotely close to Star Trek.
Exactly.
I can't, because I don't drink anymore. I can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, just literally every last little thing about it just screams not Star Trek.
Barfing, and like there's a copious amount of fluids that wind up flying around on there, like either thrown up or blood or just guts, or like.
Not to mention it was yet more the anime, just the way it looked, yet more CalArts. So it was like, oh my god, enough of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm sick of bean mouths.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the bean mouths too. Yeah, holy fuck. Does nobody know how to draw anymore? For fuck's sakes.
I saw a commercial for one of them, and I was like, I was almost interested in actually watching an episode until I saw this week's episode. No, I'm done. The Guardian.
Hey, look who just showed up. Canadian Spider-Man.
Hey, right on.
Hey man, good to see you. Hello there, Rodney Kane. Oh yeah, him. No, he was here. He popped in earlier. No wrenches here. We can get away with murder here.
Yeah, I posted your stream on both my profiles. So
yeah,
hey, good to see you, Spidey.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Well, no way to grow if we don't share. So
Isn't that what Barney taught us? Sharing is caring.
yeah, there you go.
Friggin' Barney.
I hate you, you hate me. Let's go kill Barney. Look, we got a bullet to his head. One more shot, and I know he's dead. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. Oh, man.
They used to show that. They used to show that on Channel 4 over here years ago. I mean, There's one. If there's anything, the thing about about the whole bean mouth thing. If there's anything these days that really really breaks my heart when it comes to how terrible TV shows and things have gotten. It's just how much of how absolutely shafted animation has become.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like they've all but given up on hand-drawn animation, and then like computer animation, it's just kind of like, ugh, you know.
It all looks the same. I mean, it's just nothing. It's just nothing stands out anymore. It all looks the same.
Yeah. Hey, Dalek, did you ever, were you ever a Samurai Jack fan?
Not when it first started, but I did watch it. I did watch it. In fact, not that long ago. And yeah, for the most part, I really enjoyed it. It was a really good show. Oh wow! Got a Blu-ray of Samurai Jack.
All the complete series, all 5 seasons.
Damn.
Yeah, including the 5th one where, spoiler alert, Jack goes home. But not before a long and drug out battle that like, oh, it's epic. It's well worth seeing if you haven't seen the 5th season.
Yeah. The fifth season had its problems, but overall the way it ended was. I both love and hate the ending of Samurai Jack. Because especially the very end. I mean, I get it was. I mean, when they finally defeat Aku. That was epic. But the way
it was.
But then the real way it ended was just like I was like, holy
yeah,
crap, that was devastating the way that played out.
Yeah, especially when you think, hey, not only did he defeat Aku, but then like he's finally found love. You think.
Exactly. He's defeated Aku. He's back in his own he's back in Japan was it Japan? Yeah. He's back in his own country, in his own time, surrounded by he's back with his family and his friends, and he's found his true love, and he's literally about to marry her, and then poof, she's gone, and
she just fades. Yeah.
And then we're back to just and then it just ends on Jack just being, and it's like,
which, it's always just kind of like, I mean, at that point you're always like, well, I have a question, if he disappeared because Aku is either dead or imprisoned or whatever, why didn't she like die or disappear right when it happened then? I mean,
that's a good question because the whole premise of Samurai Jack right from the start is that Aku flung him into the future so he couldn't defeat him in the past and allowed him to take over the world and rule it for over 300 years or something like that.
Yeah. And Jack's life had but one purpose, and that was to defeat Aku. I mean, he trained his entire life to, from all different cultures and everything, and took everything that they could teach him, and then it made him into a more powerful warrior. And then he's basically supposed to be the ultimate samurai Ronin warrior, and then to defeat Aku. But then, like, then of course I get flung him into the future,
went flooding
Well,
into
my
the,
evil
to
is
the
wrong.
future.
Yeah.
Well, gents, I hate to bounce on you, but yeah, it's so a man's got to go for a little while.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, nice to probably be in a stream with you, Rod.
Yeah, likewise, man. Good to see you. Good to meet you.
Thank
Oh
you.
no,
Thank you.
what am I saying? I've seen you before. Yeah.
You see me on screen, but I don't think we've been in the same stream together.
Yeah.
Doll, I'll talk to you another time.
Sure, Dan.
Bye bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
Yeah. I see Canadian Spider-Man had something to say.
Yes, he did. Let's see. It's 5 a.m. and a grown adult man is on the porch playing with his lightsaber in the rain. It's a good start to the day. Yoda's saber is the best. He could kick Samurai Jack's ass. Really?
I don't know about that there, Spidey. Yeah. I don't know. Jack's pretty widely trained.
Yeah,
I don't know. When
yeah, Jack's pretty tough. He has been through some very hardcore training. Even during the course of the series, he went through some hardcore training.
Yeah.
And there was in one episode of the show, there's this whole this band of mercenaries or something, or bounty hunters or something. They try and set up this big plan to try and capture or kill Jack, and it fails spectacularly because Jack is such a strong warrior. He defeats them all with ease without even blinking.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then that other episode, Jump Good, when he meets those monkey men, and
that was a fun one. The Jump Good episode. Yeah,
I love that too. And then they train him. They strap these boulders to him, and then on the knees and arms. And then he learns to walk, and then he walks in, and then of course too they don't fully explain it, but I mean I'm reasonably certain that the trees and in the forest would be a lot more oxygenated. So of course he would be he'd breathe stronger, and then eventually he'd get stronger too, and then of course he'd be able to again, jump good once his legs were strengthened enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of quite a few probably physics defying stuff in the show, but that whole thing with that whole Jump Good stuff, it was it was fun. It was fun to watch, if maybe just a tad far-fetched.
Yeah.
Just a tad. And it crops up again. And it crops up again quite a few times throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, where you can jump. Yeah.
He can jump he can jump super high because he went through that training.
Oh yeah, like that one time when when him and the Scotsman were competing to get off the island.
The Scotsman, he was hilarious.
Oh, I loved him. Yeah. Yeah, and he's voiced by Bender.
He was voiced by Joe DiMaggio, but the voice of Bender.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that was actually the second half of the one where that was part 2 of the Scotsman saves Jack when he was being mesmerized by the sea by the Sirens.
This,
Remember when the Sirens had mesmerized Jack and then erased his memory?
oh right, I think.
Yeah, and then Jack wound up thinking that okay, I'm just a waiter on a cruise ship. And then that's when the Scotsman comes across him and is like, "You're Samurai Jack." It's like, "What? No, I'm not." And he kind of has a Bill and Ted or a Ted voice from Bill and Ted. What? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Yeah.
Maybe I should rewatch the show.
Oh, yeah, you should. Scotsman Saves Jack. That's in season 4.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I should take a look at that. Rewatch that. And of course, the best thing about the show is the best thing about the show was obviously was Mako as Aku.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah. Did you know too? I'm not sure how old you are, Dalek, but I mean, like, do you remember that? Do you remember the TV show MASH?
Not very well because all I've seen of MASH is I've heard of it, but all I've seen of it was when it was being shown as it was being aired as repeats over here on TV, and I think my parents used there was a time when it was being repeated on and excuse me.
Well, bless you, brother.
It was being repeated. Thanks. Well, yeah, it was being repeated. It was being repeated at TV, like on TV, like late in the afternoon, and my parents would watch it over evening meal, and that was the only time I saw anything of it, and I think they watched it when it originally aired.
Yeah. Well, if you ever get a chance, or maybe look a few episodes up, because I mean, approximately the first 6 seasons are what you would call like they were more based in comedy, but then during the latter 6 seasons, 5 seasons, Alan Alda kind of took control as like a co-producer or whatever, and then he kind of made it a little more dramatic because, like, it's the war, and then of course, there's like this really messed up dream episode where like everybody, like they're stretching on like 36 to 48 hours going on straight, trying to, triage all the, all the wounded soldiers and everything. And then, like, there's just like a constant stream of it. And then like everybody's trying to get a little bit of sleep here and there. And then like they show their dreams, and some of their dreams are just absolutely messed up, which, yeah, but an interesting thing is, like, MASH also had a long list of special guest stars. Like they had Ron Howard not long after he was still actually on Happy Days back then. I can't even begin to list the number of people who've been on there. But I mean, but one of them was Mako from the voice of Aku. Like you actually see him. He was
Mako was in that.
Yeah, he plays a North Korean. And then he plays North Korean, and then there's another time he played a South Korean. It's pretty good. And some of them were, if I remember, I think I remember that he Mako was in the one where he was a North Korean. Him and Hawkeye were they wound up being bombed and stranded in an area, and then like they basically had to rely on each other. And even though neither one of them could understand what the other one was saying, they kind of communicated just by actions. I think like Hawkeye offered him a smoke, and then and then sort of thing, and Mako couldn't communicate to his enemies that, or to his allies that, that like, hey, you're bombing me too, and then they were after Hawkeye, but then they inadvertently bombed their own guy too, and it was a really good kind of like cooperation episode. Like it was, it was both funny and like touching. It's a good episode.
I see. Kind of sounds kind of reminds me of that. It sounds a bit like that episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, where Geordi was stranded on that really stormy planet with that Romulan.
I bet that probably influenced it. You're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
It's probably it sounds very similar.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. I see you're coming up on the 3-hour mark, and
I am, yeah.
And it's getting to be 6:30, and
I usually like to wrap up my streams around the 3-hour mark.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you. Well, it's like, what is it, like 5, 6 in the morning where you are?
Yeah, it's 6:30. Still pretty dark out, though.
Man, have you had any sleep at all?
Actually, I have. Yeah, I had a couple of hours. Actually, Tony, holy hell! I don't know if you saw him, but Tony streamed like shit, man, 9.5 hours.
Oh, Tony's. Oh, Stark of Iron, yeah.
Yeah, he shut down like about an hour before I got up to go for my run.
And then,
man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. I don't know how some of these. I don't know how some of these guys do it. Like stream for like 9, 10, 11 hours. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, between you, me, and the gatepost, I kind of understand how Cardinal Sin did it a little bit, partly because, well, and this is in no way a slight on his character at all. From what I understand, because of his illness, he was kind of half drugged up anyways. So then, well, no sleep for the wicked,
Right.
But I was always touched by how, like, he was Cardinal Sin was the first guy who pulled me off of Doomcock and said, "Hey, man, come on over on one of my streams." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And that started me streaming. Yeah.
You stream. You actually. You've been on Pop Culture Breakdown, haven't you?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, maybe. Okay,
with Doomcock.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Sorry.
Oh, maybe Tony. Yeah.
Oh, I think he. Oh yeah, I think he has been.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
I mean, personally, I've kind of gone. Recently, I've kind of gone off Doomcock quite a bit.
Me too.
I don't watch. I mean, like I don't watch Pop Culture Breakdown anymore. I barely. Most weeks I tune in for like a little bit of Friday Night Fallout, and then fall asleep.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, Well, it's because pop culture breakdown is on no, I mean Wednesday night is an awkward night for me. So like, I mean, sometimes if I feel like it, I might tune in for a little bit. But honestly, I mean, it's just hard to get into Doomcock on a weekday.
Well, it's not real. Well, for me, it's not really when he's streaming. It's more like it's just the contents of the stream itself.
Mm-hmm.
Just get. I mean, once you've heard. Once you've heard him and his guests like going Disney bad for the millionth time, it just gets bored. You get fed up with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that's probably why he seems to kind of have like a rotating amount of like audience members. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, there's only so much negativity you can take, and like, you're absolutely right. It kind of gets tedious,
It does get tedious. Exactly. It's just, and I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. Everything sucks, but but maybe change. Do you think you could maybe change the tune every once in a while?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like, for example, I mean, like, I talked to Script Doctor, and Script Doctor said, like, yeah, he still subscribes to Doomcock, but I mean, like, honestly, he's just kind of like, he misses when Doomcock did like reviews, and he doesn't do that anymore.
I know he does. You're right. He doesn't review anything anymore. Everything's just every video he does now is just rumors.
Yeah, I mean, like, and get back into that, I mean, because like, get back into reviewing, I mean, like, yes, and not just like and not just new stuff, like older stuff, I mean, like, because there's a lot of new people out there who don't know like some of the older classic stuff that we all used to, I mean, that we all used to love, I mean, shit, man. There's a generation of people right now there's a generation of millennials, or people born now that hell weren't even alive when 9/11 happened, and
yeah. I mean that.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, and I'm only using that as a dividing point as to where when something happened.
I mean, I think technically by my age, I'm technically a millennial because I was born in born in 1991. Does that make me?
Yeah, 91. Yep. Yeah, millennials are 91 to like mid 2000s. And then I think 2010 is like the Generation Z. Is now what they call them. I believe anyway.
20, right. So no, Gen Z is like today's teenagers.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
I have this guy. There's this guy I use Discord a lot, and there's this guy on there I talk to quite regularly, and he's definitely like I think he's like 8 years younger than me or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy talking to him because we talk about mostly stuff to do with fan fiction writing.
Yeah.
but whenever I try and talk to him about certain older shows or older films I like, sometimes he'll just go, I won't. It's just like, oh, it's just like, I won't watch that. It's too old.
Yeah, well, they're just kind of over their head, I'm like, they don't,
I won't watch that. It's in black and white or some stupid crap like that. You get.
Yeah. He sounds like somebody who needs to sit down and watch 12 Angry Men from 1957. Did you?
What?
Have you seen 12 Angry Men? 1957?
I've not watched it. I've heard of it. I think the Critical Drinker did a video on it.
Yes, he
once.
Did. It was his video on it that made me watch it, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm absolutely blown away by it. And like, here's the premise. It's just basically 12 guys in a room, and you don't even know their names. All you know is like juror number 8, juror number 7, juror number 12. And like, holy crap! And the other neat thing is it's only 90 minutes, but like, holy hell, you are just riveted to your seat. And like, and the dialogue is so well written, and it's just, again, like Drinker said, like set up and payoff and all that, and you just, wow, it's, and then the other thing too is, I think it actually helps that it's in black and white, because like, it's interesting how the camera work starts too, because like when the movie starts, the camera kind of hovers above the table and everything, and it kind of loosely pans left and right, and you see the guys, but then as the show carries on, the camera comes down lower and lower, and then eventually it's like even slightly below eye level of where everybody is sitting, and like, it just really drives home the plot, because you get inside the guys' heads when they're talking, and like, it's it's amazing. That's all I can say.
Well, I've never seen. I haven't actually seen it, but I mean, a lot of I have watched a lot of stuff I watched as a kid was some pretty old stuff. Like for example, the best example is probably all the stuff from all of the Jerry Anderson series, like Thunderbirds, Stingray, Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet. I watched those as a kid, and I freaking loved them. I was obsessed.
Yeah,
I was obsessed with those shows as a kid, and I still love them. And I still love them now. In fact, recently I've been going back and rewatching those shows, and I still love them. Especially my favorite. Easily my favorite. I've even been discovering some Jerry Anderson stuff I didn't know was done by him. Like some of his earlier stuff, like a show called Supercar that he did before, and Fireball XFI, which he did before Stingray, and so so I've been really, so that's something I've been doing doing recently. I've been re-immersing myself in the Jerry Anderson world and loving it. Especially my top favorite Jerry Anderson show is easily Thunderbirds.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. Well, dude, then, I see we just hit the 3-hour mark, and
before you go, it just looks like we got another visit. Snorted Purpose Cube. Hello, Snort, and what a horrible thing to wake up to. BirdOPrey. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan, sorry, Snorty. We don't really have any real details on it, except that
I know that. I mean,
he wasn't in great health.
You'd probably have to go and ask I mean, you probably have to go and watch someone else's live stream to get the full details on that, or go and ask someone else, because I don't really know. Because I just know he was. I just know he wasn't. He obviously wasn't. He obviously wasn't. His health wasn't the best, and he was obviously in hospital. So that's about all I know. So. And Snorted Pooper says, "Hello to me. Hello to you."
Hello.
I mean, I like the way he does that. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, I'm actually like, well, yeah. I mean, it's good to see you there, waving a paw.
Yeah.
And yeah, no,
you too, Snort. Anyway, yeah. Like you were saying, we have. I mean, you want to go get. I'm guessing you got stuff you need to do. We'll go get some sleep.
Yeah.
And we have passed the 3-hour mark, so I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream here.
Yeah, it was cool that you popped on, or I saw on. I was kind of hearing it sounded like you're gonna kind of wind down a little, and I was like, no, let's come on in. Right on.
Yeah.
But hey, great conversing with you. It's it's awesome. Love being able to just chat with somebody on the other side of the planet, and like,
Yeah. You don't get to do. Yeah, even on YouTube. Yeah, even among us, you don't get to do that very often, do you? Because it's like most of the people we do this stuff with, most of them are in America, or in the North America anyway.
Yeah.
And then you have like an outlier like me from good old Great Britain.
Yeah, the great UK. Yeah, take care, humans. Yeah. All right, man.
Take care of every human. Yeah, you too, Snort. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wrap things up here. So yeah, thank you everybody who came in. Thanks everybody who came in today. Thanks Hakeem. Thanks BK Dan. Thank you, Rod, for coming on and having a good chat with me. Thanks.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah.
And of course, thank you to you too, Snorted Pooper's Keyboard. Can't forget you. And well, I'm gonna.
Right on.
Right. So, well, I'm gonna end things here. So thank you everybody, and from the surface of Skaro, this is Dalek451 signing off. I will see you all next time. I wish you all a very good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. Yeah, bye for now, everybody.
Yeah.